Welcome back to the Podman tutorial from zero to hero. My name is Giuseppe and I'm a senior software engineer at Amadeus. In this video, I will guide you through the process of containerize an application using Podman. First, we will start by creating a simple Golang application that we will containerize later. After that, we will dive into the process of creating a Dockerfile for our application, which contain all the instructions to build our container image. We will use Podman to build our container image and then share it with others. Remember, Podman is a container management tool that provides a simple and secure way to build, run, and share containers images. So let's get started with building container image and sharing container image with Podman. Up until now, you've learned how to work with existing container images such as Nginx or BusyBox. However, you can also create your own container image by using a file, Dockerfile, to containerize your application and then build the image. If you have experience with Docker, you probably already know how to do this. If you don't know how to create a Dockerfile, don't worry, I will guide you through the process step by step in this tutorial. Here is a quick introduction to the command you'll be using. Vim Dockerfile used to open a Dockerfile with Vim text editor. The Dockerfile is a script that contains instructions on how to build a container image. Podman build is a command to build a container image using the Dockerfile specified in the current directory. The T flag specifies the name of the image, the tag of the image. Podman run is a command to run a container based on the previously built image. The name flag specifies a name for the container. The flag P specifies the port mapping between the container and the host system. In this case, the container's port 8080 is mapped to the host port 8080. Image name and tag specify the image to use. In order to create a container image, you need to have an application that you want to package into a container. In this tutorial, we'll create a simple application in Golang that exposes a web service with a single endpoint. The endpoint responds with the message "Hello, Podman from Go." Firstly, I will ensure that Golang is installed in my system. If not, I will install it. Let's check that right now I have Golang installed in my system. Perfect. Now that I have installed Go, I'm ready to create the project. Now I can create the main.go file to implement the application logic. To expose a web server, I use the standard net HTTP library provided by Go, without relying on any third-party libraries. Now let's write the logic. Just to recap, this is a simple Golang program that creates a HTTP server listening on a port 8080 and responds to requests with the message "Hello, Podman from Go." Let me explain how it works. The first two lines imports the FMT and net HTTP packages. The FMT package provides formatting functions such as fprintln, which I use to write the text to the HTTP response, "Hello, Podman from Go." Meanwhile, the net HTTP package provides the functionality to create HTTP server. The main function is an entry point of the program and performs the following task. It registers a handler function for the root path / using the http.handlefunc. The handler function takes two arguments, a response writer and request. The response writer used to create the response back to the client, and the request contain information about the incoming HTTP request. The handler function uses the fmt.fprintln function to write the message "Hello, Podman from Go" to the response writer. Finally, the program calls the http.listenandserve to start the HTTP server on the port 8080. To run the application in background, I can type go run main.go. Then curl localhost 8080. Perfect. The application works as expected. Now comes the important part. containerizing the application. To do this, I need to create a file with all necessary instructions. Even with Podman, I can use the name Dockerfile. This is the Dockerfile used to build a container image of a Golang application using the Alpine Linux distribution. All the commands are included in the file. So, first, from Golang, this line specifies the base image to use for the container, which is the official Go 1.18 image based on Alpine Linux. Workdir/app set the working directory to /app. The copy command copies the go.mod file from the host machine to the /app directory in the container image. The run command downloads and installs any dependencies specified in the file go.mod. The other copy command copies all the Go file with the .go extension from the host machine to the /app directory in the container image. The other run command builds the Go application and generated an executable named pdm Golang, which is stored in the root directory / of the container image. Expose 8080 informs Podman that the application will listen on the port 8080, and the last command, cmd, specifies the command to run when the container starts, which is execute the pdm Golang. When this Dockerfile is used to build a container image, the result image will contain the compiled Go application and all its dependencies, make it easy to deploy it and run. Now it's time to build the container image. I can use the command podman build. This command tells Podman to build the container image from the Dockerfile located in the current directory using the dot symbol and assign it the tag pdm Golang using the flag T stand for tag. Let's check the result of the command by listening all the container images present in the system. Podman images. Yes, just perfect. I can see my brand new container image pdm Golang ready to use. I haven't specified a version, so Podman has given my container image the version latest. What's next? Well, let's run it. Podman run, the name pdm Golang, the port 8080 map to the port 8080, and then the container image pdm Golang and the version and the tag version latest. It's currently running. To stop it, simply press Ctrl+C. Then Podman PS. Let's start it again. You learned how to do it in the previous video. So Podman start pdm Golang. Now I can try calling my application to see if everything is working fine. Curl localhost 8080. Yes, perfect. Now that you have built your first container image, it only exists inside your system. What can you do next? You could share your container image with others to give them the possibility to use the application you have created. This means pushing the container image to a specific container registry. How can you do it? It's simple, and here are the commands that you will learn to use. Podman login registry name is a command used to authenticate with a container registry before pushing an image to the registry. Registry name specifies the name of the container registry to authenticate with. Podman build is a command used to build a container image using the Dockerfile specifying the current directory. The format username/image name is commonly used when pushing image to a container registry. Username specifies the username or organization name associated with the image, and image name specifies the name of the image. Podman push is used to push the container image to the container registry with the format username/container name. In this tutorial, I'm going to use Docker Hub as a Docker container registry to push the container image pdm Golang that I've previously created. Before continuing, ensure that you have chosen the container registry to push to and have the correct credentials. First, I need to log in to the container registry with Podman to indicate the specific container registry where I want to push the container image. Next, I need to rebuild the container image by adding my username as a prefix to the image tag. using Podman build, the flag tag, my username, slash, the name of the container image, pdm golang. Now inside the system, I should also have the container image username slash pdm golang, which is exactly the same as the previous one, but with different tag. This format, username slash image name, is important because it tells Podman where to push the container image. Now it's time to publish the container image. I can type podman push my username slash pdm golang. That's it, the container image has been pushed to the registry hub. I can now review the image inside the registry, such as Docker hub. From there, I can see all my available Docker images, including pdm golang. Next, I can simulate someone else who wants to use my container image by pulling it from Docker hub. I need to type the command podman search then podman pull to pull the container image, username slash pdm golang. Perfect. I have successfully pulled my container image. Now let's run it. In the command, I use the flag D to run the container in background mode, and I have decided to use a different port mapping, the port 8081. Excellent. Thank you for watching the third part of the Podman tutorial from zero to hero. I hope that you find this video informative and useful for your containerization journey. In this part, we have covered how to containerize your own application and how to share your container image with others using Podman. So stay tuned for the next part of the tutorial. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more exciting videos. Thanks again and see you soon.